The Schema data class search performs classification using the data classes set up previously. This wizard allows you to classify data in bulk as opposed to assigning data classes per field. Multiple files are created upon finish of the wizard, the most important of which is the data class library, which I will show you at the end of the wizard. I can run this by selecting my schema from the Data Source Explorer and Schema Data Class Search. I have multiple options for my job here. I can include matching on column names, which I will leave. I can skip sources listed in previous scans. This is particularly helpful if I have added a table since I ran the scan before and I don't want to have to run it on all the tables I've previously scanned, just on the new tables. I can exclude anything listed previously. I can override existing mappings if I have an existing data class library. This depth of matching allows me to select how the data is matched itself. I can scan in 4K blocks to the matching threshold in data class preferences. I can scan 100% of the data, or I can scan none of the data and it only matches on column names. I'm going to leave these defaults as is. Click Next. On this page I can select my schemas. While you can select as many schemas as needed within one database, if your schemas are large, the wizard may take a while to run. So just take note of that. Select Next, and I can select my data type. This allows me to not scan any fields that I know don't contain data that I need to manipulate. The default is to select all the text type files or columns. I'm going to add numeric to this one. This allows me to kind of short circuit and skip some column types during the scan. Click Next. This page allows me to exclude items. This is particularly helpful if your schema contains tables that are specific to the metadata of the schema and don't really contain any data. You can type in regular expressions to exclude those items. I don't have any of those in my schema, so I'm going to select Next. This page allows me to select which data classes I actually want to use and match against. This particular instance, I only want credit card, email, last name, phone, and PIN. When I click Finish, the job starts to run. You can see my progress screen that it's going through all of my tables, trying to find matches on both name and data. Again, if your schema is large, this might take a while. I happen to know that mine is not, so this wizard finishes pretty quickly. What opens is the data class library, showing me my results. Those include the data classes that it found matches against at the top of the screen, or the top of the list, and it shows me the defaults that it used. In the middle is the data class source itself. The top section of the screen shows you the metadata details and the result set. So in this particular one, I had PIN US match on 100% of the data in the Social Security number field. Last name matched on name, thanks to my regular expression. Down below in the screen is a preview of the data contained in that table in case you need to use it for review. The last item is the actual mapping itself, and it just gives you the detail in one screen. So this particular item is the column name, the table and the column name, which data class it matched on, how it matched, and if I have a rule associated with it. The other outputs are contained in the Schema Data Class Search folder. The one is Table Search Results. This lists all the tables successfully scanned during this job. It's particularly helpful if you are running this wizard overnight or for a long period of time and you want to confirm that it got 100% of your data scanned. So you can look at the last table successfully scanned and determine that the scan did finish successfully. If it didn't, say you had a network issue, you can see the last table successfully scanned listed here. The other output is these column search results, and this is actually a list of the columns themselves that had positive matches. The data class library is the important component because it can be used, edited, for whatever your project needs are.